Hello, Nova Real Producers. This is your publisher, Kristen Brindley, and I'm here with the wonderful Tim Kelly of LoanDepot. Thank you so much for being with us, Tim.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. He is in our March edition and our partner spotlight. And, Tim's been with us, for over 3 years and has been a great partner of Real Producers. And he's an amazing dad, a top 1% lender in the country. Honored to have you on. Tell us, why is it so important to have a great, lender, and what exactly do you do? Yeah.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me again. The lender now is more important than ever. This market is tight, it's competitive, and we're here to help you, the agent, the buyer, be successful in our transaction. And I'm just happy to be here.
Absolutely. Well, and you're a local guy. You have an office in Fairfax. Your LoanDepot, it's local here in Northern Virginia. You do lending, obviously, and this is for our real producers. Tell us how you ended up in this field.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in the area, and one of my friend's dads was a mortgage lender. And when I was in college, I just started working for him as an assistant, and I stuck it out there for over 7 years and got a lot of experience. Then finally had to cut the strings, became a licensed originator, and 2 years into it, just became, one of the top producers in the company. And recently, last year, moved my team over to LoanDepot in their office in Fairfax.
Beautiful. And so tell us, what has been most challenging, do you think, in the current climate or in the industry for you? What's been most challenging?
Well, as I said, this market is really competitive, and we moved our team to LoanDepot because we knew that was the best place to serve families in the DC metro area. And right now, my goal is to make sure that everybody knows that LoanDepot isn't an online lender. We are a local retail mortgage bank located here. We serve here, we work here, we live here, and we're excited to show what we have, the tools, the technology to really make an impact on this market.
That's great. And what's been most rewarding, being a lender and doing what you do? What do you think's been most rewarding for you?
Well, like I said, I grew up here, so I've been able to help my friends and family achieve the dream of home ownership. We've also been able to help so many people and individuals, put them in a better position by consolidating debt, or ultimately, just at the end of the day, just putting them in the right strategy when it comes to purchasing their biggest asset and helping them manage their biggest liability, their mortgage debt. And to see their faces when we help them or we fix something for them, it just makes it all worth it.
I believe it. I believe that. I believe that you help people and you problem solve every day. What do you think makes you different, or, is a differentiating factor for you?
Well, I hope there's many, but I think at the end of the day, that experience that I had when I was an assistant for 7 years, I got so many loans under my belt before I became licensed. And so what I like to call my mortgage IQ is pretty high. We have a lot of great lenders in the area, a lot of smart people, and I like to think that I'm among them. And with that knowledge, we also provide transparency. There's really nothing or no tricks that we do to cover up, why the rate's different than somebody else, or why you have to provide this document and that person didn't. We try to educate everyone involved in the transaction. And I think with the product knowledge, with the transparency and the value we bring, it's no wonder we've achieved a level of success so far.
Yeah, you have banner years. And what does this next year look like for you? Are you growing? What's your goal over the next 2022, 2023?
So our goal is just like everyone else to grow, but grow in the right way. We really try to pull out the white glove service for every client, add, like I said, value to them during the transaction and after. But now that we have built out the processes and the systems in place, we're expecting to double our production this year and going forward each year.
Beautiful. So, and tell us about, because I know your dad and, you light up when you talk about, so tell us about your family a little bit.
So my wife and I have been together for over 17 years, married for 12. We have a 3-year-old son that is just controls my day in a good way. I always tell people, my hours of operation are revolving around my nanny and the sleep schedule. And for the most part, as now that I am a family man and having a family, I'm more understanding of the client's needs and how they need to be communicated to. Sometimes it requires an evening call or being available over the weekend. So it's really, I think, maybe a better loan officer, more understanding. And it's the reason I wake up being a dad. And it's the reason why I want to help as many people as I can, because raising a family in this area it's a great area, and I want to make people enjoy it as much as I have growing up here.
Absolutely. You're a local guy. And now I didn't know that you were a comedian. Like, tell us about, that journey of being, you've done comedy and you were a comedian. Like, tell us a little bit about that. I think that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I'm always hesitant to tell people because it's one of those things that surprises a lot of people. But being the youngest in the family, I was often, shown a lot of, comedic movies or stand-up comedy, and I just fell in love with comedy when I was in college. Just had the opportunity to do stand-up and had some success with it early on. That I just continued to do it. During the early years of college and becoming a loan officer assistant to loan officer. And it helps me break the ice with clients. This is what is often the most stressful experience in someone's life. And if you're able to throw in a joke every now and then, get a smile, get a laugh, it just helps strengthen that relationship. And it makes them feel comfortable asking you questions, getting more knowledge about what to expect during the process. And it's something that I've taken a break from, but maybe down the road, I'll get back up on stage and tell a joke or two.
Well, your videos are funny. Like, when you were going to the event the other day, that video about going back in person that was funny.
Yeah.
Well, so what's a secret weapon? So speaking of that, what's a secret weapon, something or someone, habit that you attribute a lot of your success to?
Yeah, well, I mean, just the humor is a secret weapon. I think if you have that ability to talk to people and to break the ice, it really helps. Our secret weapon here at LoanDepot, it's not really a secret. We tell everyone all the time, it's our technology. It's our technology. We own it. We can change it. We can improve it. I have never seen a better consumer facing experience than the one that I saw when I came here to LoanDepot. Our clients are absolutely in love with the process, love how they are communicated with. One of the ways that we do that is through video. We have everyone's on video these days using Zoom calls, but we try to integrate personalized videos in the process that, again, keeps them informed where they are and tells them everything they need to know about their transaction, their financing terms, and all the information. And that, again, puts a human touch on something that has become more digital.
That makes a lot of sense. Speaking of digital, tell us a little bit about what you do. I loved the photo in the article with you with the camera. Like, tell us a little bit about, some of those initiatives and things that you've been doing, because I think they're great.
Yeah. So, like video, like I said, it's so important. One thing that we started doing early on is meeting clients, virtually using GoToMeeting, and that has transitioned to other platforms such as Zoom. But we try to put out as much educational content as possible. So we have a great YouTube channel that we're posting things there regularly. Our biggest platform right now is our Instagram page at Tim K. Kelly.
Below.
Yeah, at Tim K. Kelly. And we try to, again, do nothing but add value. There's nothing, being sold. It's just information, education, knowledge that, people are absorbing well. And we're going to continue to grow as our team grows. We're going to be doing a lot more content this year.
That's beautiful. Just helping people.
Right.
That era of reciprocity is wonderful. Um,
Mhm.
is there anything else you want to share with our real producers, or any advice you have in working with with real estate agents and then working with you? Is there anything you'd like to add in that field? Yeah.
Well, I think the best advice I can give anyone right now in this market is um, always look to improve. Right now, the strong are going to get stronger. The big teams are going to get bigger, and in order to compete with them, you either need to join them or you need to do what they can't. So you have to really internalize your business, internalize who your partners are, and make sure that they're going to be available to you the way that you and your clients need to be, so you can be successful. Are they going to be, there's going to be a lot of consolidation going on in the mortgage industry in the next few years. Is that partner going to be there for you next year, 2 years down the road? So we have to strengthen all of our partnerships right now, and strengthen our businesses more than ever.
Agree. And well put, Tim. Well put.
Thanks.
Um, so Tim, where do you see the future of real estate kind of going?
Well, I think it will continue to move digitally, but it will still require that human touch.
I would agree with you. So can you tell us, you've been part of Real Producers, like Nova Real Producers, since near the beginning of Nova Real Producers. Like, can you tell us why you decided to be part of Real Producers?
Well, I want to be successful, so I want to go where the successful agents are. That's simply it. And there is so much value that you bring to me through, getting my name out there, through the networking events. It really was a no-brainer to join.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I appreciate that very much. It's a no brainer to have you as part of what we do too. Um,
Thanks.
yeah, absolutely. Well, you're a local guy. Like, can you tell us where you grew up, and you've been here your whole life, right? Like, tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I grew up in Burke, Virginia. I went through the school system, Fairview to Robinson, and I didn't even go far for college. I just went right across the street to George Mason. So I've lived here pretty much my whole life. And my family and I moved from Burke to Reston, Virginia in 2010, and we're planning on staying here for as long as possible.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it here at Real Producers. Tim is your local guy. Make sure you give him a call. And, Tim, honored to have you on. And you heard it here at Real Producers.
It is a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Have a good day, everybody.